You are too gifted to be paralyzed by procrastination. Too many people sit and wait. They wait all their gifts away, all their special talents away, because they're fearful of actually using them. They let procrastination get to them. They deceive themselves into thinking that one more day is going to make timing perfect and that there's the right time for everything, not knowing that is basically fear. It's fear dressed up as being patient, is waiting for the right time, is planning it out. But all in all, you're delaying, and then you wonder why your blessings don't come. Well, you waited them away. You never started. You never acted upon the things that you hope for, the things that you dream for, the things that you pray for. You pray for it when you went to bed and woke up and didn't work for it. You woke up and waited even longer. You waited for this perfect sign from God, from the universe, or whatever else it might be. But you never did the action of working towards what it was. You let these things that you want be wishes and stay wishes. But wishes are meant to work. You're supposed to work towards it. You pray for it and then you work towards it. You write it down and then you go for it. You can't be afraid of failing. We're all going to fail in life, no matter what. But are you going to fail forward towards something that matters to you? Or are you going to fail by never beginning, by being too scared, by doubting if you're even capable, and never stepping off the front porch, never leaving the couch? Or failing saying, hey, I gave it my all. I went after my dreams. I went after everything that I said I wanted. Which one is it going to be? The good thing about the second one is you might get everything that you want. And most likely you will. You will fail along the way. But he who gets is going to be the one who continues to persist in spite of failing. You're going to strike out a couple times. You're going to fall flat on your face a couple times. But if you get up, you learn from your mistakes, you learn from your shortcomings, and continue to press forward, come up with a new plan, a new strategy, and keep implementing it. But keep going after it. Don't touch the fire and get burnt once and then say, I'm never going to try again. I'm not telling you to touch fire, but you're gonna get burned a couple times in life, and you got to figure out how to adjust what you're doing in order to not get burned time and time and time after again. But so many people, they're either so fearful that they'll never start even once. But then there's some people that will muster up the courage. They'll finally start. They'll try something for the first time, thinking that they need to be successful, thinking that it's gonna work, and it doesn't. And then they're too fearful to try again. Now they have trust issues, whether it's between themselves or what they tried. But greatness takes multiple tries. There are some people out there that are blessed to have talked to somebody at school, and that is the person they marry. They stay married for life. But that's a small percentage of people. You're going to have relationships that don't work out. How crazy would it be to try to date somebody for the first time and that relationship doesn't work out? So you decide you're never going to date again. You're never going to get married. You're never going to have kids. You're never going to have a relationship because at age 15, a relationship didn't work out. At age 18, a relationship didn't work out. It'd be stupid. What about a job? What if you got your first job at 16 years old and either you quit because it's horrible working conditions or you get fired because you showed up late? Does that mean you're never going to work a job again? Or never make money again? Even if you don't work a job, you should make money for yourself in a business or something. But so many of us have this negative mindset of we get hurt once, we get burned once, we something doesn't work out once that you give up on it. And I think that hurts a lot of people. But then there's the people that they want things to be perfect, and they dress waiting up as patience, not knowing that patience is killing everything that they want. Your dreams, your goals, your potential is all being wasted away if you wait too long. Eventually, you have to take some action. Eventually, you have to put some skin in the game. Eventually, you have to go and try and not be afraid of losing, not being afraid of failing, not being afraid of being laughed at, not being afraid of being embarrassed, not being afraid of being wrong. There's some people that stay quiet because they're afraid to be wrong in front of a room of people or in front of one other person. They're too scared to be wrong in front of their significant other or their best friend or their cousin or their parents or their kids, whatever it might be. But it's okay to be wrong, because being wrong means at least you tried. At least you did something. And now you can learn how to correct. Most of life is being corrected. You're corrected by your parents, hopefully, if you had good parents growing up. You're disciplined by them. You're corrected by your teachers when your work's not correct, when you answer wrong in class. You're disciplined by God if you believe in God and trying to walk a holy path. You're disciplined by sports figures or sports coaches if you played sports. If you did musical instruments, your music teacher is going to correct you. Like, correction's a good thing. Correction's a blessing. But then there's times where we just want to be quiet because we don't want to be wrong. We don't want to be corrected. We would rather live in the unknown, the neutral, it's not necessarily right, it's not necessarily wrong, in order to not be outed as wrong. But how do you learn? How do you know that you're on the right path? Well, there's two choices. You walk down the path and you either get to your destination, or you see signs along the way that says you're going down the wrong path. Or you see somebody that's there and they stop you and say, hey, you're headed the wrong way. Where are you trying to go? You're trying to go here? Okay, you go this way. And if you get those people, you'll get people that'll tell you and point you in the right direction, which are good people. But then you'll eventually get somebody that's like, hey, I can show you exactly where to go. And you'll get a tour guide, aka a coach, a life coach, a mentor, somebody that can help you. Not everybody gets those. Those are a blessing in disguise most of the time. They can take you exactly where you want to go. So, I don't know. I was trying to use a metaphor, but now I'm switching seats. Just know that you have to start, and there's not going to be a perfect time. There's not going to be a perfect day, a perfect moment in the day where you feel super motivated. And even if there is, let's say there is a perfect day. Let's say there is a perfect time where you feel energized, you're fired up, you're focused, you're not sick, nothing. That's only a moment in time. That's one day, maybe 1 hour of the day. How do you get to the next day, and the next day, and the next day? And how do you make it a month? How do you make it 90 days? How do you make it a year? How do you make it 2 years? That's the real goal. That's consistency. One day, you can be rich for one day. You can lose it all in one day. You can blow it all in one day. You can be in love with one day, and that person can not love you the next day. You can do anything for one day. How do you sustain it? How do you grow it? How do you maximize it? How do you multiply it? Like, how do you keep it going? How do you keep the consistency streak going? That's the secret you got to figure out. That's the secret to everything. That's the secret to life. That's the secret to your physical health. That's the secret to your mental health. That's the secret to your money and making more money and growing your money. That's the secret to love and relationships. That's the secret to your career. That's the secret to you building businesses. That's your secret to your spiritual walk. It's the secret to everything. Is you start it and you make it better. You grow it. You make it whatever it might be, because there's so many different pillars of life. But you maximize it and you grow it. So anyway, I'm rambling on now, but this was Consistency Day 422, I believe. I hope you got something from this message. If you did, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And other than that, I wish you all peace and blessings on the journey.